cover girl. Alright guys, let's do this. Let's get this done. Alright, I think I am live. Hopefully my internet will stay put. Not quite sure what happened a couple days ago. Yesterday I was about to go live, but then I saw Morantz went live, so I was like, oh, let me just watch him. And I think I was live earlier as well. I watched half of it, but I didn't have time to do that. I was at work and I was kind of busy. Terrible. Alright. So a lot has happened today. Hold on, let me see. Earlier as well. I watched half of it, but there we go. Sorry, that was me clicking on my video. Okay, just to see if anybody's here. Hi, Manuel, what's up? Okay, let me put the thing up on the screen so it's easier for me to look back later. How's everybody doing today? Okay, I think it's up. Manual's here. Oh my god. Why is it? Not quite sure why it does that little snap there. Okay. Alright. So everything's up. Alright, let's talk about this thing. Alright, so before I go any further, let's talk about the price. Obviously, it dumped. You know, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's all of that NFT marketplace BS, right? Of course, like, again, people don't realize how this platform has changed. To me, whether it's close or not, I'll talk about it in depth later, but just to say in the initial opening here, that whether it's close or not, it really doesn't matter, because it's not in the balance sheets, right? It hasn't been in the balance sheet for a long time. I think since last quarter. So again, it's not affecting the fact that they have this number right here. So the next quarter, you know, because in this particular balance sheet, it didn't have anything to do with NFT marketplace whatsoever. Okay, and the next one is not gonna, you know, affect it at all. You know, whether the numbers coming up or down, that's remain to be seen. Obviously. Sorry, I feel like I need water. I should take drink some water before. But I mean, my price target is still the same, you know, the Fibonacci retracement and all that stuff. I mean, these tools, again, these are traders' tools to be used, and I'm sure the programmer or algorithm or whatever is traded based on this as well. So the retracement usually, you know, the golden pocket is right here. So if it bounces off of that, it's probably going to continue the momentum up again. Again, amateur here, don't know anything about trading, just Googling. How does trader use Fibonacci retracement, right? So, yeah, the price point is still there. Obviously, this is the gap fill. It's already been filled right there. So, but again, this stock right here does not trade on fundamental. And mind you too, look at the volume. 2.4 million shares being traded back and forth right now, today. So what is that? It's like, again, hardly anything. 1% of the person or 1% of the float of this company, less than one actually, was actually traded. So what gives, right? So if people are panicking left and right, the volume should be a lot higher, because, you know, nobody's panicking. They're just keep accumulating. Okay, if they want not valuing this company correctly, let's load it up. So that's just how I feel. But this news changed nothing whatsoever. Okay, so before I go to that, I should so the price point, obviously right now it's 14.75, down, let's see, maybe 5% or so from the top, 6%. Continuation based on Monday, it could come down at least 3 more percent, right? If I'm right about this. Again, this is a price movement from the last time, right there. Was a support before too. This is another support right there, if you want to kind of count that one. So it's not far-fetched that it's gonna try to bounce off that level right there. Just a speculation, again, not guarantee or anything like that. Or it's just gonna dump again because of the negative sentiment until the earnings, right? So earnings right now, tentatively 26th of March 2024. So until then, of course, they're gonna try to bring it down as much as they can, or people are just not paying attention to this stock, right? Which is good. Pretty evident that the volumes right now is like 2.4 million shares being traded back and forth. That tells you a lot. I mean, the volume is non-existent at this point, and anytime there's volume coming up, what happened? It just gaps up. So that's evident for something, right? And again, you could speculate at anything. Anything could happen in this environment here. Now, as far as the company itself, though, I keep bringing people to the balance sheets. Like, okay, if you think it's shitty company from this earnings right here to now, nothing has changed about the company whatsoever. Okay, the news about the NFT marketplace came out that they're gonna shut it down, but it's been kind of in beta and not really operating in full force anyway, so it's not like they're gonna lose any revenue coming in. Nothing, right? And the fact that people are like, it's a failure and all that stuff, that's another thing that I'm going to address soon too. But I'm going to wait a couple minutes before people jump in. I know like a couple people kind of waiting on that. Let's see. Is Lionel here? Hold on, let me see if I... Okay, let's see. So, but let's see what Moran's is up to here. I saw his video. I think it was a clip. It's pretty telling. So I'm gonna play his clip right here. Of course, Gamestop is advertising right here. Moran's repost that. That's pretty cool. Right here. So let's play this while I'm waiting for people to join in.
On this individual security, I've never seen it happen this way. I have read everything, guys. I've been everywhere. I've been on every website, you name it, and they're constantly reminding you, forget about GameStop. 3 best stocks other than GameStop. Don't buy GameStop, guys. No one shops there. It's digital only. It's a dying company. Ryan Cohen's a failure. You yourself, you're dumb money. You're crazy. And all I say to myself is, why do I need to be reminded of all these other little things around me? Why is it that I just can't make decisions for myself and everyone in the world just forget that I even exist? Well, how about you? How about you forget about GameStop? But I don't mean GameStop, the company. I'm talking to you, Wedbush. I'm talking to you, Yahoo Finance. I'm talking to any of you, GME Meltdowners. How about you guys forget about GameStop? But forget about GameStop, the investor. Can you just forget about me for a night? Can you forget about me for a day or a week? Can I go a whole year without you making a tweet, a comment, in the damn video, follow me around on live streams? Meltdowners, I'm asking. GameStop hedge funds, guys shorters, guys who don't like it, the Michael Packers of the world. You tell me, can you forget about GameStop, the investor? You want me to forget about GameStop, the company, but how about you forget about me? And then let's see who wins this part out. But instead, I gotta battle you, battle mom, battle, work, gotta battle the kids, I gotta battle life. And then you want to put your little shit on me.
Yeah, like, leave us alone. No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, that sentiment, obviously, that it's true. I mean, you can't escape it. It's like, oh, forget about GameStop. GameStop is just shit company. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Whiny. All right, who's here? All right, there's a couple people coming in. All right, so let me just start my show here. I have to go in about an hour or so I might, 8 o'clock. That's what I'm gonna end the stream. So hopefully I will get through everything that I'm gonna talk about. Honestly, it's not that much topic that I have. It's gonna be centric towards crypto and the space and what's going on right now. And obviously, again, like, I'm kind of expecting this already. 2 days ago, I kind of did a short live stream, and I think I did kind of mention how ETF is not actually that good for Bitcoin, right? Because it's just leaving more room for manipulation, on the stock market. But again, this is how the structure of the market that we currently have right now. So we cannot avoid that. If the institution wants to get into Bitcoin, this is going to happen to your security, right? Remember, those security sold but not yet purchased, those type of things going to turn into, what you're seeing right now. Not saying that, Bitcoin is not valuable or anything like that sort, but I think Bitcoin is going to be an asset that people are going to want to add on and going to be highly manipulated, right? So again, whether people are going to get liquidated like crazy or, leveraging it like, a wild swing from time to time, you're going to see this thing much more often now. Again, you have to think of this as a long-term investment if you want to get into it, and know the movement of whatever security that you're getting your hand into, including GameStop. So let me get the thing right here, and feel free to write in the comment or any questions that you have, any common concerns or anything like that. But anyway, so my thought was always this, and if you could, you also could verify what I said, in my previous video as well, is that gap right here, or gap, or whatever, this second highest or recent highest, all-time high, so to speak, right there, since 2 years ago, April 2022. That high, that's probably where it was, right there. Right now, they could fake people out over the weekend to try to trap more people in, right? And try to touch this this upper line right here. But I don't think it's gonna last long, right? If they were to bring it up over the weekend. So usually Bitcoin run up on the weekend for whatever reason. I don't know what happened, what's going on there. Of course, it's easier to manipulate the price action over the weekend, because if you have the ETF now and people are buying into the Friday or whatever, usually they end up buying it into the weekend, right? Perhaps. I'm just speculating here. I don't know, the real movement of the price here. But from what I'm observing, almost like every single Friday it dips. And then before Monday it also dipped. But it runs throughout the weekend though. And it's been doing that since, since this run right here. So, but my thought is that this could be the top right there because of the measurement from the top right here. If you do that, that's 30% from the all-time high, right? And if you look at the cycle over here, all-time high is over here. The second all-time high is right here. So 32%, right? So that's why my prediction is that, again, it's based on the cycle before. And Bitcoin seems to do that all the time. Now, this is before the ETF coming in. So, of course, it's going to be a little bit different. Price movement, whether it's going to be more volatile or more subdued, I don't know. To remain to be seen. We've never had an asset before that is finite and you have a ETF coming in. So yeah, just be aware of that. You know, make sure you know what you're investing in before you're investing in. So that's Bitcoin right there. So I was looking at this segment right here from CNBC. Obviously now they're all pumping it, right? A couple years ago, when Bitcoin was around here, it's over, it's all that, sell. Right now they're pumping it. Perhaps again they know that they're gonna freaking sell on retail. But let's listen in and then I'll come back in a minute. Let me go grab water real quick. I think I speed it up here too, so.
Reluctantly, maybe even begrudgingly, which was announced just 2 days ago and we talked a lot about yesterday on the broadcast. How big a deal is that for BlackRock? And this was for you a big switch as well, because you were a naysayer for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I probably switched for the first 3 years of thinking about it. I was a naysayer, and about 2 years ago I switched. And I'm actually, as I said in the last 2 years, I'm a big believer.
Are you a believer personally? Meaning as the Think family? A Bitcoin buyer or a buyer of this new ETF?
Well, now I could do that. I cannot, I don't want to compete with our clients, so I don't buy single assets. I'll buy mutual funds, I'll buy single ETFs. So I have an opportunity to do that now. But I'm a believer in it because I do believe it is an alternative source for wealth holding. I don't believe it's ever going to be a currency. I believe it's an asset class.
You don't believe it ever becomes a currency?
No, I think we're going to create digital currencies. We're going to use the technology for it. We're going to use the blockchain.
How important is that, though, to then the long-term value proposition
of Bitcoin?
Of Bitcoin. If it's not something that ultimately becomes a currency, if it's simply, we'll call it digital gold, it's an asset of some sort, what does that mean?
It means,
in terms of price,
I believe it goes up if the world is more frightened, if people have fearful of geopolitical risk, they're fearful of their own risk. It's no different than what gold represented over thousands of years. It is a asset class that protects you. Right. And unlike gold, where we manufacture new gold, we're almost at the ceiling of the amount of Bitcoin that we created.
When you hear somebody like Cathie Wood,
yes,
who was on our broadcast yesterday, say that her base case is that this turns into a $600,000 of Bitcoin valuation, base case, and a million plus in a super optimistic case. Are you anywhere in her realm?
I haven't thought about it. To me, that what we are trying to do is offer an instrument that can store wealth. I think if it gets that even close to that high, gold will represent even a bigger value. And let's be clear: if you think it's digital gold, there's going to be a reference point between gold and Bitcoin. But let me get back to what happened yesterday. A part of our announcement that you mentioned in the opening, that we changed the architecture of our firm. Right. And much of it has to do with how we think about iShares and ETFs. When we bought BGI, very few people believed in that acquisition. And we were pretty mistreated for a couple of years because we said active and passive can coexist. Obviously, we were right in that, too. We said the fixed income market will be transformed through ETFs. That has now happened. Yesterday, we had the first day of Bitcoin ETFs. In our reorganization is taking that ethos of what has happened over the last 10 years. We believe ETFs is a technology that's going to transform every asset class. We believe everything will be done through ETFs. And so we believe this is just the beginning, and we needed to embed ETFs across the entire. So
what does that mean? If you're Rick Reeder, who we've had on the broadcast for years.
Rick is now doing more ETFs in his active space now. There's a great example of how we are taking what a very active investor and putting that into an ETF platform. Let me be clear. I think ETFs are step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset. And to me, this is where we believe it's going. So we're looking at Bitcoin. We're looking at ETFs in the same manner. These are technological changes that can allow us to move forward.
What did you see yesterday?
So, did you hear that? So he's saying that everything is going to be on the ETF, right? is going to be treated as an, or bring the technology into the ETF space, right? So again, Bitcoin is just the beginning of it. And then I'm sure they're going to work out the Ethereum platform, which bring me to what I'm going to say about GameStop, right? The platform itself, it's still on the blockchain, okay? The tokenization of everything is coming. So that technology is on the shelf for now due to regulation, okay? And I always believe this because like people don't realize what, you know, blockchain and what the technology is. This is the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink or whatever. And anything he says go eventually, right? Because people respect this guy for whatever reason. Well, he has trillions of dollars in asset under management. Obviously, people are going to listen to him because he has more zeros to worry about. And I'm sure this guy is probably the one who control everything anyway, because he could just, you know, withdraw, you know, the investment from whatever, right? And or elevate a certain company due to that, because they have such a massive amount of money to, you know, to sway you either way, so to speak. Like they could move markets that way. And when he says stuff like that, I bet you anything, it's gonna come true. Just like he said, he was a naysayer for 3 years. 2 years later, he was all about it, right? What happened? Now we have a Bitcoin ETF. So you think that this guy doesn't have any power, and whatever he said about tokenization is not gonna go? So that technology will come. It's just a matter of time. Just that these people need to get their hands on it first, and then they're gonna sell it to retail. And again, when retail are freaking out about certain things, and they just sell their most valuable asset, just like Bitcoin, just like here, GME, you know, they want you to be freaking out so that you're gonna be making terrible decision, you know, to sell out the most valuable thing, you know, whatever asset that you're owning, right? And so they want you to buy it at a higher price in order to sell it to them at a lower price. And this is how they make money, is to convince you to, you know, sell out way too early or sell out at the worst time in history of whatever asset that you're in. And again, you know, the tokenization you know, era is going to come in within this decade, you know. And again, they're just ushering it slowly because they don't want retail to control this, or, you know, or at least investing in this technology yet. That's why they send their, you know, regulator to at least slow down the progress of this industry first. And then they're gonna open up to everyone at a higher price, right? They have to take a cut first before you could even benefit from it, right? As far as the technology goes, NFT marketplace is still on the blockchain. Nobody could take that away. It's just that it's not going to be operating, perhaps, you know, as you know, GameStop NFT marketplace, right? I'm not sure how that's gonna play out, but I'm sure they still have the trademark. They still have, you know, GameStop NFT marketplace, right? And it could be in a different capacity, right? And so again, whether it's going to be on Loopring still, or Ethereum, or whatever platform that is going to be legitimized by these people first, they could pivot it, you know. And because it's all programming, you could really build it on top of any chain that is legitimized by these people. Again, these people have to get their hands on it first, you know. And it doesn't mean that the technology is not there. It's just people are not aware of what's going on in the space, and they just freak out for no apparent reason whatsoever. It's so disheartening too, like that people so gullible sometimes that they're not willing to, kind of look into it in the most objective ways. So, as I was saying, look at this, NFT marketplace right here. That like the last post was back in September 12th, September 18. And so again, they're not, it's not a failure in the sense that it's gonna be gone forever here. And from what I'm hearing is that they still have the partnership with IMS here too. IMX, sorry, IMF. With this game, they're still developing, they're still building, it's a building blocks of people coming in. The space is massive, you guys, but anyway, of course, this is not going to be successful yet because you have the regulator coming in and kind of put a damp on it. But this guy is actually the I guess the string that he anything he says goes, and when he says, oh, there's gonna be this and this and this, it's gonna happen exactly how he's gonna tell it right now, because again, they stand to gain massive amount of money here. You think they're gonna just sit on the sideline and not doing anything, not participate in the space? And so again, like the fact that GameStop is positioning themselves to be the next whatever. And again, you have to do it right. You don't want to be the first. I think Larry Chain tweet was that. You don't want to be the first, but you want to do it right. You have to be the first at anything. But again, you better make sure that when you come out with the platform, you are going to do it the right way. And we're still, again, man, it's like the the fact that people are like coming up in arms about NFT marketplace is no more. It doesn't affect the balance sheet whatsoever. They'll find out, of course, like with this negative news and the fact that Bitcoin went down to, people just don't know what to make of it. Perhaps it's trading, kind of mimicking the what Bitcoin is doing because of the NFT marketplace. But now there's no NFT marketplace. It's probably it's just the same shenanigans, you guys. Like, of course, look at the volume. Like, it's not like people are panicking left and right here. Only 1% of the whole float, less than 1% actually, 2.4 million shares being traded today. That's nothing whatsoever, right? So that should be a clue to you right there that nobody actually is panicking at all. But I'm sure, look, GameStop final scene, why it's time to exit this meme saga. Of course. So let's see. GameStop stocks fall more than 4% on pace to extend loss streak on to 3 days. Of course. What's been going on with GameStop stock? Of course, that's what they say. It's the final coffin, right? A final nail in the coffin. Sure. Of course, they want you to forget about this stock. Just like that video I was telling you guys about. It's so funny though. Like, people just don't get it. But again, hey, only time will tell. I'm here for the long term. And again, until the balance sheet tells me otherwise, I will be here no matter what, right? And unless I could find something wrong with the balance sheets, and currently nothing changed. Nothing. next quarter, of course, I show you how Wall Street was estimating GameStop to be right here, 27 cents, right? If you do the math right there, earnings of 27 cents times whatever the float is. Again, I don't know if this is the right math, but that is $84 million, you guys. That's what the street, okay, Wall Street is estimating in the plus. So that means they're expecting GameStop to make that dough right there. And that's like quarter four with this revenue right here. That's massive, you guys. But there is another financial here if you look at this one instead. Hold on, I think earnings right there. So with that one is 28 actually. If you look at the yearly one, it's 11 cents per share. I hope you see that. If not, I will move it for you. Hold on, let me see. Oh, didn't. Alright, let me do this. Alright, there. See, this is annual, okay? For the annual estimate, we are 11 cents per share. For the quarter estimate, we are 28 cents per share for this fourth quarter coming in. This month would be the end of the quarter, so technically if you buy anything today, it will still count for the quarter four. That's just how, I guess, GameStop end their fiscal year. And then if you look at the revenue right here, the estimate is, of course, kind of lower than last year. $555 billion right there. So they're kind of estimating the downtrend of the revenue again, right? For this quarter, it seems like they're gonna estimate it lower than last quarter. So we'll see. If we beat that, we're gonna off to the race, right? That's remain to be seen. But again, look at the surprise, right? We keep surprising them so many times. 4 quarters in a row already. And even with this one, we beat on earnings as well, right? And then this one as well. And so we're not in scramble for cash here, you guys. It's as if people think that we're in need of cash or whatever. With that NFT marketplace shut down, we're not going to have anything to go on. It's not true. The fact that we have $1 billion in the bank, you guys, come on. This is solid. This company is solid for now, right? Has nothing to worry about there whatsoever. Alright, so I guess there's no one want to comment or anything like that. That's fine. That means I could go home early, I guess. Go home early. That's fine. So I guess there's no discussion here. So I'm just going to kind of sign out and kind of relax for a little bit. Not much here, of course. GameStop, they just stopped talking about it altogether for now. This is 4 days ago, so not much there. Nothing new to report here. Let's see. So what's in here? John F. Kennedy. What's this? Player won't be anything they say. Okay, Twitch CEO confirmed Twitch is not yet profitable. Okay. So again, Twitch is not profitable, and what? see like Web3 is coming. What is this? Hold on.
Really working for the interaction. And what are you doing? You're trying to buy it. And there's no sincerity there. You have 3.2. Think about this for a second, Bill. You have 3.2.
It's so crazy with this Bill guy. Hi, people. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Drama. Okay, so I mean, alright, if no one have any question, if not, I am going to sign out, you guys. And yeah, just waiting on the news to drop on the earnings and stuff. But hey, even Wall Street is estimating good things for this company to come. So, oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. So as far as like Monday trading goes, of course, there's been a diversion here. I've been watching this guy, Ron Walker. He's a very good chart reader. He's been predicting the crash, well, at least pullback from the S&P 500 here. So he's pretty spot on, within a week or 2 weeks or so. Like usually when he see all these indicators that is kind of diverting, he usually, buy, like see, confirm buy, confirm sell type thing. So he does this indicator, and it's pretty accurate in my opinion. Anyway, if you want to trade that way, excuse me. Of course, they're talking about Palantir and all that stuff, and again, nothing new to report here. Yeah, all right, guys, that's all. I'm sorry, pretty boring today. Kind of feeling under the weather too, for some reason. Okay, all right, I'm signing off. Okay.